Morning! Hopefully today we get this thing dirty. That's the plan anyways. I'm hooking up to the draper head and we'll take it over to where the combine is. We've got some beans over there we want to run today. Checking out our straps, make sure we're latched on there. Looks like BJ's planting wheat. We're using the John Deere 4-wheel drive for that. We're doing it a little different than we've done in the past. We are going to spread our wheat with a spreader and turbo till it in. So a little bit different. So the theory behind this is we're going to spread our wheat and then turbo till it in. So our wheat agronomist, he wants us to spread the wheat and then work it twice. Dad and BJ missed that memo apparently because this hasn't been spread. I believe that we're going to turbo this one and then spread it and then turbo it again. But the rest of them we're going to do twice after we turbo. I'm going to walk out here and just kind of check things out, see how deep BJ's going. It's not set as deep as it'll go, but this is very gravelly dirt. So it might not be going as deep as it will go. Right now, we are using all of our ag leader displays, so BJ's steering by hand. He's already asking me to take the GPS out of the grain cart tractor. So yeah, he's really not getting all that deep. This ground's just, I guess it's not, I guess that must be in between the blades. Yeah, I guess he got probably 3 or 4 inches here, but nothing there basically. But when we go over it twice, that should incorporate that wheat really well. So you may be wondering, why aren't you just using your drill? Well, we sold our drill that we always planned wheat with, and we traded off our bean planter. And let's just say the thing that we traded for is going to plant our wheat and our beans. But it's not here. COVID. Everything's COVID's fault. I'm sure some of it is, but I'm sure that excuse gets used as a blanket catch-all from time to time as well. I suppose we'll get BJ's GPS stuff so he can have a relaxing morning. Feel so bad for him having to steer in that cab. These kids aren't used to that these days. So he is getting this ag leader that I've got to unplug. I'm going to put this down. And we'll put it right here. Yeah, there's the ag leader stuff. He can put that in whenever he wants. Let's see how many rats we caught. Well, Dad, we struck out today. Guess we're gonna have to move it. So we are switching to beans, but one thing we have to do this morning when we left off last night, we had dumped corn in here. We hadn't started the dryer yet, so we gotta get it set to dry corn while we're doing beans. Try out to make sure we got propane. Should have it. So the way this old dryer works, this thing is vintage 1976, old Super Bee. But anyways, the way it works, we put a batch in. It takes 6 minutes to dry out 1 point of moisture. We have to dry out 2, so we need 12 minutes of heat on it. So I have a timer set for 12 minutes. When the timer goes off, I will go out there. I will adjust the dryer to where the burner quits igniting, and then we have it basically set for our moisture. While I'm waiting on my dryer, let me see if BJ needs any help with this ag leader. We also got to switch the gleaner over to beans. The cloth is already set for beans. And then we need to start beaning. Oh, he must have got it. So my timer just went off. We gotta go out here and shut our heat down. Oh, it's getting steamy. Take this and we start turning it down until the heat shuts down. Apparently right there. So now we are starting our cooling cycle. There's our thermometer, some heat. It will cool for 20 minutes. Right now the dryer's on hold, but when I come out here and switch that off hold, she will dump into the leg. So the dryer load came out at 14.8, so a little bit drier than I'd like, but not bad. This load here is substantially wetter, so I probably won't worry about it. Dad is switching over the combine. See if we can help him any. Wasn't there something here we had to do? The hydraulic, then we have to unhook this hydraulic coupler or something? Okay, I think everything that needs changed is changed. Everything else can be done in the cab. So we got to put up our power ladder and hook up the bean head, and I think we'll be good to go. Now the combine's set, the dryer's set, I need to put the dryer on hold. So now this dryer will not dump until I want it to dump. Now we have to do this here because we use the same leg to receive grain as we do to dry grain. So we don't want them both dumping at the same time. Dang, you're giving it a mid-season bath?
I thought we had some pressure. This thing ain't got no pressure on.
Yeah, now it's just going to be extra dirty here soon. I hope he parks that thing in the sun. If that water is not dried off by the time we start doing beans, that thing will be one dusty mama. It's like Dad's playing with the Gleaner, but I smell salesman. Hopefully they brought lunch. These are the kind of salesmen we like.
Oh God.
Brought lunch.
Well, don't get my salad. Get their good stuff.
Don't worry about that.
I was also at that Bengals game yesterday. I don't know.
Are you really?
I don't know if you guys got to see the end of that.
Oh, I watched the whole thing swerving up and down the road in the car.
Did they do a Cincinnati thing or something? So Dad took off in the Kloss Combine. He couldn't get the header control figured out in the Gleaner, so he left that for me. I got to turn on my fans. And then we've got to move some trucks. In fact, there goes BJ now. So we're turning our fan on to our corn bin. We're also turning our bean fan on. Make sure they kicked on. So we've got 80 acres right here we're going to do. That's all ground going to wheat, so we definitely want to prioritize it first. And then I don't know if we'll go on to other fields that are going to go to wheat, or we've got 150 acres in the bottoms right here that we might do. I don't know. It's up to me, we just do those bottom fields, but at the same time we should get our wheat fields done too. Basically we just want to do them all. So it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and these beans are still a little wet, so we're getting everything moved around. Hopefully by the time I get the other combine over here we'll be in good shape, but right now I think Dad said around 15%. 13 is dry, but this sun will dry them down quick. Now we got the field opened up, and by opened up I mean we have taken the end rows off. There's enough room to turn around. I'm gonna turn this truck around and face it the other way. All the trucks are moved, got back, the dryer's dumping, and I need to get a moisture sample. So that worked out perfect. Okay, finally. So Dad could not get the header control working, so I might have to make a phone call on this. I don't think anything's actually wrong with the combine. I think it's us not knowing what to turn on. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I'm really excited to try this air bar. Now one thing about it, it is like right in the way for visibility when going down the road with your head, but yeah, that's kind of frowned upon anyways. Apparently Dad made him a mic leash. Man, it's kind of janky, but it works. Not bad, Dad, not bad. All right, let's see what this thing will do. Had to get out. We started dragging up pretty bad. So wanted to see if we had anything on the cutter bar like a rock. I've never ran a flex cutter bar head, so I need to get my pressure set. I'm used to McDon. But one thing I like about this flex cutter bar, we're shaving the ground. So we got enough trucks that we can run pretty well till Big Mike gets off work, so that worked out pretty well. He showed up just in time. That's the second load of beans we've sent out. He dumped one truck for us. With 4 trucks and the cart, I mean, that's, if they're 50 bushel beans, that's 100 acres of beans. These beans are better than 50 bushel, but yeah, thanks Big Mike, you the man. I have to get him a case of Busch Light for Christmas. So my yield is way off. We are completely full, and that should be reading like 17,000, 18,000 pounds. So I predict these beans are about 60 to 70 bushel, which is what we like to see. So we are dumping sitting still to get a more accurate weight. BJ will tell me it. I will put it in the ag leader. That'll get us close. We should really do 2. The second calibration load I have to run at half speed, so we're going to be crawling around here at roughly 1.5 to 2 miles an hour. Fun times, but I want that yield monitor to be accurate because we are using the data collected from that monitor to make management decisions on how we fertilize and everything else for the next season. So definitely want that to be accurate. Side note, the auger extension's nice. especially for the 40-foot draper. So he just said 17,900. So let's see what that upgraded us to. 66. Heck of a lot better. Look at all the leaves blowing. So that Crary wind reel is definitely moving some stuff. We'll get a GoPro out there eventually, but it is stirring the dust. Oh my God. It definitely stirs the dust. Once we get this thing dialed in, we'll do some playing with that Crary, but right now we're still trying to get the combine dialed all the way in. Okay, so I'm still learning how to set the Gleaner, but I got out here and walked and I measured off a square foot, and 5 kernels in a square foot is 1 bushel. So just looking at what the head's doing, I'm losing roughly 1/4 bushel at the head. 1 to 2 beans per square foot. Measured me off a square foot, and there's what I have. 3 full beans and 3 splits. So I think we're doing a pretty good job. I just made a couple other settings in the machine. We'll get out and check it here in a little bit, but yeah, not doing bad. Let's see this wind reel in action. So we got some goodie boxes sent to us for some tractor snacks, so appreciate it. If anybody else would like to send tractor snacks, there's a link in the description to the P.O. box. We like to eat. But right now we're just breaking through the middle here. This field's only 27 or 28 acres, so it won't take long. It's like a corn cookie. Or like a pineapple, maybe? I think it's a corn cookie. I don't know. I won't eat it. Not today. That might be a brick. We'll just put it right here for the next round. Yeah, maybe not. Deer damage. This is why farmers don't like deer. So Dad is right there through that dust cloud. We are running beside each other, trying to run 3.5 each of us. I am bouncing off max power. Now the Crary system, it takes about 1 horsepower per foot, so 40 horsepower. So I'm definitely out horsepowered. That combine already had more power, and then we took some for the Crary. But we're going to compare what kind of losses we have between the 2 combines. So that's what we're going to do up here at the end. Now one thing to keep in mind, we've been running Coloss combines since 2005. There's not a whole lot of settings we don't know how to adjust, or there's not a lot of conditions we don't know how to set that combine for in beans. This is the first day we've ran beans in this combine, so it will be interesting to see. So one thing I keep having is the head dragging up. I don't know what's going on there. It's getting very frustrating. I'm sure I don't have something set right, but man, it's starting to really drive me nuts. This field hadn't been too bad till right here. The first field I drug up a lot. So I doubt there's a rock. Just mud. Or dirt, not even mud, just dirt. So we're trying to do a speed / fuel usage test. Dad was running 80 bushel beans. Said he was 15 gallons an hour going 3.5. So I'm going 3.5, and well, these are 90 bushel beans right here. We're at 100% power. Right now we're using 16 gallons an hour. So we'll get up there to where he's at C. But yeah, the Coloss might actually use less fuel on this test. Time to compare. Let's look at our header loss. So right here the combine is not drove across, so anything on the ground here is from header loss or shatter. So roughly about 2 kernels. 5 kernels a square foot's a bushel. So they're saying 3 to 4 kernels in a square foot. That's sub 1 bushel, and 2 of those are coming off the head. So let's go over here and see what the Coloss is doing. Curious to see what kind of extra header loss, or if any extra header loss. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 kernels in a square foot. So it looks like the McDonald's 3 to 4 kernels in a square foot, whereas I'm 1 to 2. So that is from the wind system, I think, helping us out there. Now let's go back here and see what we got. Now, like I say, hopefully that wind system is helping because we are using extra fuel to use it. Extra fuel and extra power. So here we got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6.
What's after his?
You got 3 to 4 off the head. Yeah, I already looked. So Dad's passes had a few more kernels, or a few more beans, but he's also losing a few more at the head. Really, the combines are doing about the same quality of job, I think. Close enough that it's pretty much a wash. Visibility's strong. Now we got a long drive back to the sheds. So it's just about 7 o'clock. We just did like a quick 90 acres. This is all ground that's going to wheat. So we're probably going to unhook, make the move in the morning to the next farm that'll have wheat on it. Now that everything's pretty well set, we should be able to fly through some acres and yeah, hopefully we can keep on keeping on in the beans. Corn is so much more fun to run, but beans make that money. Yeah, before we unhook, we've got a little 3-acre corner piece up here by George's house I need to go harvest. We forgot about it when we harvested the rest of the beans around it, and it's supposed to get wheat in it sometime tomorrow, so we better go ahead and harvest it. No time like the present. You may see these beans here that still have a lot of leaves and a lot of green left in them. These are double crop beans. So if you're new to the channel and not familiar with our operation, we grow wheat and then we grow double crop beans right behind it. So we will plant winter wheat. The wheat will be planted in October this month. It'll grow a little bit, then it'll be dormant all winter, and then it'll take off, growing again in the spring once the ground warms up. And then we harvest that in June, July, then we plant beans right behind it. So double crop beans, we can usually get 30, we've had as high as 55 bushel double crops. Probably not this year, they don't look like that. These are probably 30 to 35 bushel double crops. With the yields we get with wheat, it makes wheat pretty profitable. Sometimes wheat sucks though as far as price, and you know, you're just kind of farming for the double crops and scratching your head, well, why didn't we just plant 70 bushel first crop beans and then we would have still been able to go watch the fireworks during the 4th of July and summer wouldn't have been canceled. Anyways, back to the task at hand. That's a rant for a different day. Here's the next victim. This won't take long at all, actually. Apparently Dad followed me down here. I guess we're both going to do this little 3-acre field. I just assumed that he would blow his combine off and unhook. I'm racing Dad to this corner. This will be my corner. I will have it. I still don't know why we have 2 combines in a 3-acre field, but here we are. I guess we both just like doing what we're doing, and neither one of us wanted to quit tonight early. So yeah, we could go ahead and make that move tonight, but by the time we get moved, the fog bank will probably be rolling in. And when that happens, beans just don't cut the greatest. So that's why we are not going to move and start another field. Usually when the sun goes down, beans do not harvest the greatest. So I had someone tell me that I could have bought a Massey Ferguson, could have bought a Fendt, but instead I chose a Gleaner. And that I'm going to hate life just crawling through soybeans. It's the same speed I ran the Kloss at. The Kloss definitely had more power, but no regrets here. We might need that. Now we gotta start rounding up trucks. So we got 3 semis loaded, half of a grain cart loaded.
Oh, so pretty. That one has more lights though.
Lights don't pay the bills though, but man, they do look cool. Trucks are all lined up. Need to find BJ. He's going to take me a ride to give me a ride to my pickup truck, and we can call her a night.